Sage here for Kalkinemedia. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. You'll be notified of the latest videos. Thank you for joining us for our educational series. Today we're covering what is meant by developing countries. Developing countries refers to countries with a lower per capita economic output than developed countries. However, given the differences in metrics used by various international agencies, there are ambiguities around the classification and the terminology used. So what are some key features of developing countries? Some features are common to all developing countries. Standards of living depend on the income earned or the wealth possessed. Developing countries have low national income and national per capita, hence lower living standards, and similarly, developing countries have a low Human Development Index or HDI. HDI was created with the rationale that the development of the nation's people should be the criteria to judge its development and just economic growth. HDI measures parameters like the longevity of life, good education and a decent standard of living. Developing countries still experience a lack of sufficient infrastructure. For example, in India, there are still villages that do not have electricity throughout the day. People have to travel significant distances to access good schools and hospitals. The industrial base in developing economies is highly underdeveloped due to reasons like poor capital formation, political factors, lack of financing abilities, shortage of personnel with specialisation, unequal distribution of wealth, industrial sickness, state controls, and lack of proper technology. Labour productivity in developing economies is low because of lack of specialised workforce, poor management, insufficient training due to lack of funds, and an inability to decentralise decision making. Developing economies may have a more significant chunk of the population in the primary sector jobs than in secondary, tertiary and quaternary, and not the knowledge sector. Low levels of literacy are the reason for high concentrations in the primary sector and agricultural and allied activities. So what are the challenges faced by the developing countries? Developing countries face various challenges on their path to becoming a developed economy. Either countries may not be endowed with natural resources or have sufficient resources, but may fail at proper utilisation. Resource shortage or resource abundance accompanied by wastage is a challenge faced by developing countries. Let us take an example of land as a resource. Countries with a very large population engaged in the primary sector have too many variable factors associated with it. For example, labour are employed to work on land considered as a fixed factor. An inappropriate factor combination causes a decline in output because productivity is severely hampered in such scenarios. Also, fragmenting land for ownership makes it difficult to employ high-tech methods that can enhance productivity. Allocative inefficiency is another roadblock to increasing a developing nation's output. Allocative inefficiency is a situation where overproduction of some goods and underproduction of the others, and this also impacts the people of the country because some get better while others are worse off. Lack of access to efficient technology can bring about situations of inefficiency in production, and as a result, all the resources may not be fully utilised and there may be underutilisation. The production may be a boon or a bane, and unless there is sufficient investment in the development of human capital, a large population is only a force, consuming the economy's resources without pro rata value addition. Developing countries may not be very progressive in their thought processes. As a result, they linger on a traditional way of doing business operations. Such cultural forces driving the business may hamper economic efficiency and productivity. The vicious cycle of poverty is another major concern for developing countries, and countries with low incomes have low levels of savings and investments. As a result, productivity is low and so income levels remain low. The economic development of developing countries is also slowed down due to the lack of proper infrastructure. Basic installations for production, transportation and communication are the backbone of an economy on the development path. Any misses in these areas can hamper economic activity or slow down or even reverse the growing trends. Thanks for joining us on that report. If you like this information, please like, share, comment on the video below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, just press the bell icon and you'll be notified of the latest videos. For more information and regular updates, please head to the website kalkinemedia.com. Sage here for Kalkinemedia.